Okay, Charlie, and my Twitter feed has just gone crazy. We have Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse back along with Charlie, but stocks are also hitting session highs. Dow is up 82 points. You saw the rest. Okay, Brad,
well, wait a
Charlie
second,
and I are
wait
back.
a second. I just got breaking news that Gary Gensler and Jay Clayton were in the control room and they cut Brad's mic.
Stop.
This is breaking news here exclusively at Fox. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, Brad, what I was asking you before, to play devil's advocate, is simply what you've heard before too, but I need to restate it. Ripple is a little bit different. You've got XRP as the native token or coin or asset, whatever, native asset of the XRP ledger. And you created about 100 billion tokens in advance that were pre-mined, and periodically you release them. At least you own a chunk of that, and periodically you release it. It's almost like you control very much the price, because if you start flooding the market on any given day with more XRP, the price might go down. That feels like an asset versus a currency. And we know that Ether was allowed to do something very similar, but what do you have to really fight through that argument on behalf of the SEC?
Well, there's a whole bunch of things I want to clarify there. I mean, the first and I think maybe most important is that the decentralized open source technology we call the XRP ledger pre-existed the creation of Ripple, the company. Mm-hmm. So Ripple, the company, never did an ICO. An ICO referring to initial coin offering. Mm-hmm. And again, one of the things that we were discussing earlier that Charlie called out, Ether did very publicly do an ICO, initial coin offering, which many people would call a securities offering. That is not what Ripple, the company, has done. There's different ways that these technologies work. You know, one is proof of stake, and that's where the Ethereum community is moving. You have proof of work. That's how the Bitcoin blockchain works, through mining, which it consumes a massive amount of energy. The earliest engineers who created XRP were trying to build a better cryptocurrency, a faster, more scalable, more efficient, and less costly, and certainly massively more efficient from an energy point of view. And I think Ripple has certainly just sought to further the agenda of that XRP community. Owning a lot of XRP and saying that's a security is kind of like saying that oil is a security of Exxon, or gold is a security of the largest gold mining companies. It just doesn't really make sense.
Well, let me ask Brad a dumb reporter, non-crypto expert question, which is me. Why don't you just give all the disclosure to the SEC like they wanted? Like, I mean, could that have solved the puzzle? Or the problem?
Well, Charlie, look, as you know, Ripple is an extremely transparent company, particularly relative to the crypto industry. If you start treating XRP as a security, however, that means you're subject to a whole lot of regulations, costs associated with a security settlement. If you're using, again, the magic of what is XRP is how incredibly fast and how incredibly cost efficient it is for these cross-border payments, how Ripple deploys the technology. If you start treating it as a security, the costs and speed change dramatically. Okay. And really, that's an example where the SEC is in effect picking the winners and losers of this new industry. And that's not the role of the government in this case.
Yeah. Are you ever going to settle with them? Because I know people like you, I've covered this a million times. Yeah, we're going to get them. We're going to win. And then all of a sudden, let's say, let's just settle. Mm-hmm. You know, is that going to happen with you guys?
Look, I think that to the extent we can find a constructive path forward with the SEC, we of course want to find that. There's no scenario, though, that we're going to settle unless there's absolute certainty about what is XRP on a go-forward basis. And it's very clear in how Ripple is using these technologies, how many, many scores of other people in the XRP community are using these technologies. They're not securities. They don't represent an ownership in Ripple, the company.
Okay. Brad, there are people who say, don't take on the government. This is a Coinbase issue right now, where Coinbase came out and initially really came out swinging against the SEC, saying, why are you guys trying to tamp down on our lending, idea where we pay a little bit of interest on this, and now they put it off. They back down. Will you back down? And I know it's different from the question Charlie just asked, but is it really smart, and what is your in-house counsel telling you?
Well, I'm going to keep the attorney-client privilege intact, and he'll be happy that I'm not commenting on that specifically. Look, we have a clear vision of how XRP can be an incredibly powerful tool, not just for how Ripple is using it for cross-border payments, but how it can be used across other industries. And there's a lot of other people in the crypto community, in the XRP community, doing amazing things with XRP. So my view is, look, we're going to keep pointing these things out. We're going to educate the market. We're going to educate the judge involved here. And, I think as we have discussed here, I don't think the role of the SEC should be to pick winners and losers. And there's a lot of conflicts that I think we as an industry deserve and need the clarity so that the U.S. can thrive in this industry, just as we did in the Internet of Information 20 years ago.
Good point. Excellent point to end on. Brad, come back. We're following this story. Charlie's all over it. We've been all over it. Brad Garlinghouse.